Moving on to other news here in Central Texas, 3 Killeen area individuals will spend a combined total of 140 years in prison. They're convicted of making, distributing, and receiving child pornography. Sarah and Christopher Almaguer, as well as his brother Paul Perez Jr., all sentenced today by the United States District Court.
And Fox 44's Nohely Mendoza live tonight at the courthouse in Waco with details from the decision.
Well, Leslie, Robert Perez was the first to be sentenced this morning. He got 20 years for 2 counts of receiving child pornography. His brother Christopher and his wife Sarah both got 60 years each for producing and distributing that material. The U.S. attorney saying this is the most significant case he's ever had to prosecute in Texas history. Now, we must warn you, some of the language that you're about to hear is disturbing.
This was a sentencing proceeding for 2 people that can only be described as serial child abusers. I think probably 2 of the worst criminals in the history of Texas.
Christopher and Sarah Almaguer admitted to videotaping themselves sexually assaulting children in October. Today, District Judge Alan Albright sentenced the pair to 60 years in prison and their brother-in-law, Paul Perez Jr., to 20 years. Investigators say the couple assaulted at least 25 children ranging in age from 8 months to 14 years old.
The facts of this case are just unbearable. Of the 25 children, some were family members, some were kids they knew from church, some were kids whose parents asked them to babysit them, some were just kids from the neighborhood that came over to play with one of their 5 kids.
Those videos and images were then distributed on social media pages like Facebook.
These kids' suffering and abuse will continue for their entire lives because those images will be continually shared online.
U.S. Attorney for the Western District John Bash calls this the most significant case he's ever prosecuted.
The sexual abuse involved here is the most indescribable abuse imaginable.
That's why he says initiatives like the Department of Justice's Project Safe Childhood is essential in combating the sexual exploitation of children.
We're not going to solve the epidemic of child abuse in this country without involvement of all citizens in trying to stop this.
Now, after completing their prison terms, all 3 will be supervised for life to make sure that none of them have contact with children ever again, including their own. If you believe that your child was sexually abused by any of the 3, we have a number on our website, centexproud.com, where you can call. Live in Waco, Nohely Mendoza, Fox 44 News.